Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News. And tonight, we are going to uncover some of the fraud that is the mainstream media's purported data of climate change. Now, I'm sure you've seen climate change is making natural disasters worse and more likely. This has been happening for years since we started the channel. And I actually got upset due to the disinformation. This is one of those. This is coming from the Public Health Institute, a blog of lies, that climate change is responsible for the wildfires in California, and they're getting worse, more severe and bigger. But that information can't be further from the truth. And then this piece came out yesterday, 36 photos that show how extreme weather events and natural disasters have gotten more intense over the years. 36 photos, not data, photographs that show. Look at that photo. That's showing that that's your fault. There's climate change there, more hurricanes. And here, we've got a dust storm. It's all your fault there. Unprecedented dust storm there. Look at this picture of this guy barefoot on his bike. That's your fault there. This photo number 3 is proof that it's your fault. Look, he's actually doing it right there. He's making the water from his bike. And here, look at this gorgeous shot. That's your fault because you drive a car. And here, this is your fault because you live in the Midwest. And here, this iceberg has melted because of you. Sea levels are rising. The Greenland ice sheet is breaking up. Ice caps are melting. This whole city is going to light on fire. Experts predict that the ocean's going to rise up here. Notice how black it is at 5? It's because it's always been right there for 100 years. And there's stronger hurricanes and other amazing pictures. Climate change is causing roads to be removed, not idiots to place them in the wrong places. It's your fault, not the people who put those roads in. Tornadoes are increasing. Everything's increasing due to climate change. Flooding. Women in baby pools from Walmart being pulled to safety. All increasing. It's all your fault. And you may see graphs like this. Climate catastrophes. And all these graphs start at 1980. I don't know why, but I'm about to show you why. First of all, this graph is not, this just says number. Number of what? Climate catastrophes? Who determined that? And here's the date. So you can already see that some of the data is a little fraudulent because I found where they got that data, and it's billion-dollar disaster events. Let's just reopen that closed tab. This graph is literally taken from the billion-dollar disaster events. It peaks in 2011 and drops off through 2012. Peaks in 2011 and drops off through 2012. Same graph. But this is based on billion-dollar events. Cost, where cost of disasters increase through time, of course. But still, not the truth. Here's the truth. Here's the number of all-time records for record snowfall, for record precipitation, either flooding or drought, for record minimum temperatures, for record maximum temperatures. This is all of the records we keep. And you can see that there is no trend upward. In fact, there's a trend downward since the mid-80s, no trend at all since 1940, and no trend at all since the beginning of records back here in 1890. No trend. You can see a peak in 1935. We know that. It was like the hottest year on record. So those are the facts. Now let's get to some more facts. Let's talk about wildfires. What you're looking at is the top 20 wildfire years in the U.S. in the West. Top 20 in the West. The last one was in 1879. Nothing today. Nothing since 1879 compares with now. It's not even within 10% of the record years. 1709, 1750, 1716, 1724, 25, and 29. 1748 and 52, 1763 and 65, 1773, 1801, 1806, 1819, 1842, 1847, 1851, 1861, 1870, and 1879, all 10 times greater than anything in the last century. But no one's reporting on that. Let's bring it back to 1600, and you can see how full of they are. From 1915 to 1600, the whole planet was on fire. The Spanish colonial period and the gold rush basically burned all the forests. Today, nothing is burning. But they want to tell you it's your fault that it's burning up. You see the peak in 80 and dropping off to baseline? This is the 25-year moving average and the annual rate of burning. Almost 1% of the planet was burning right here. That is a lot. But the mainstream media will never give you these facts. Or these facts that the 20 top burn years in the southwest U.S., right there, 1879, nothing's come close, and prior. And here we see from 1600 to 1915 how much burning was actually happening worldwide. Now, total wildland fires and acres burned, I'm going to give you some more detailed graphs here. The fires are in blue, but the total acres burned are dropping off a cliff since 1926 to present. There has been an increase since the mid-90s, but just a slight increase. And the number of fires has barely increased. It's decreased through time. The number of fires and acres burned have decreased. Total wildland fires from 1926 to 2017. There's the data. Now let's check out Greenland. Remember when they said we were all going to burn up? Greenland's melting. I pointed that fraud out yesterday. Greenland's building ice right now in the middle of the peak melt. And you can see how it's recovered back up into multi-decadal average, and soon we'll be building ice. Yeah, by the end of August, just as we predicted. There's no catastrophic melt in Greenland except for one day, and then it recovers. Just like there's catastrophic building of ice for one day here to 12 gigatons in a day, and nobody reports on that. Because the theme is global warming, and you're all going to burn up, and the ice is melting, except at the peak melt, the entire Arctic is covered in a sheet of ice from Siberia to Greenland. 80% of the Arctic Circle, the Arctic Circle itself is 100%, 98% covered in ice at maximum melt. Someone's lying. The global average temperature is 0.3 degrees C above the 1979 multi-decadal average. It's been dropping almost a half a degree in the last 4 years. Global temperature has dropped half a degree in 4 years. Let's talk about hurricanes. They're getting bigger and stronger, and they're lying. They're decreasing since the 70s. Here's the data. 12-month running sums of all hurricanes and major hurricanes. And last year we had 40 hurricanes total, 20 were major, which does not compare to the 63 hurricanes back in 97 total, over 50% more, and 30 of those being major, 50% more in 1997 than today. 50% more total hurricanes and 50% more major hurricanes than 1997. Back in 1997, there were 50% more. Those are the facts. Let's talk about catastrophic sea level rise. You're looking at sea level rise since 1870, since the mini ice age. Of course it's going to rise. You can even see here at the centennial minimum, it kind of stalled out here for 3 decades. Guess what it's doing now? It's stalling out. Since mid-January 2015, sea level actually dropped off a little bit. They've adjusted the data since this data set, but I kept it. Trust me, I kept the data. And the number of all-time records being broken have been decreasing since the early 1980s. Record highs, record lows, record drought, and record rain, all decreasing since the 1980s. There is no trend in extreme weather in the U.S. If you want more facts, come check out realclimatescience.com, Tony Heller's site. aka Stephen Goddard, where you will get the facts. And check out all these links up above. 61% fake data, 1970s global cooling scare, on and on. Get the facts. Don't be scared, be prepared. Preparewiththeranch.com. Preparewiththeranch.com. Once again, there's no trend in weather in the U.S. Everything they're reporting on is a lie. Don't believe the hype. It's a sequel. Fear is a liar. Be safe, everyone. Subscribe to the channel. Share this with like-minded people. Share this video.